My name is Marc Tafolla. I'm the policy director here at Go Oakland, and over the past couple of months, you may have received an email or seen some blog posts from me about the budget issues in OUSD. And so just trying a different way here to communicate some of the information about the ongoing OUSD budget issues. So just to step back and do a quick frame, the $9.1 million cut people saw in December was about the current year budget was at 17-18. This update is going to be more about the 18-19 school year budget. So that's looking forward to next year. So the first thing that happened is that OUSD got some good news yesterday. And the good news is that the governor tells us that OUSD is going to get more money. It's unclear yet how much more they're going to get, but it's going to be more according to the projections. And it's just a projection. The question then is, what does OUSD do with that money? And there are a number of ongoing pressures that OUSD has to contend with here when constructing its 18-19 school year budget. The first is, in order to rebuild the reserve by 1% would be about a $5 million investment. And if you don't have a reserve, you basically are living without a savings account, and that means everything's an emergency. The second issue is around self-insurance fund, which is about, to stay on track with that, would be about $3.5 million. Self-insurance fund is what OUSD uses to pay for emergencies like fires or workman's compensation claims. And right now the levels are pretty dangerously low, and you actually can be at risk of losing your ability to do this. The third pressure, and this is just the highest pressures, special education and food services are two programs that have been both carefully tracked over the last couple of years, but also continue to expand in terms of what the expense. And a conservative projection might be an additional $3 to $5 million over the next year. Last year, during the multi-year projections, OUSD projected that retirement and benefits costs would increase by about $8 million. And a lot of that's driven by state costs. If you just total these guys up right here, it's between $19.5 and $21.5 million in additional pressures from previous years. In addition to that, this year is a bargaining year for OEA and OUSD, which the question is, do the teachers get a much-deserved raise? And so that would be an additional amount of money that's unknown. And then finally, they approved cuts in 17-18, but the issue becomes how quickly and well can OUSD actually implement those cuts, and can they control spending this year? And so over the course of the coming semester, we're going to be tracking that issue to see how closely it is. But does OUSD put aside some money now to hedge against what could happen later, which would end up putting us back in the same position as we started this year, which is having to make mid-year adjustments. So if this is helpful, or you have any questions, please let us know in the comments. And if so, we'll come back with more videos. Thanks.